Nem selecionei a missão. Esse aqui. Tá, agora ela vai localizar a Triss pra gente, né? Pelo menos eu espero que sim. Só tá dormindo.
You wanted to discuss something?
Eu tenho o lenço da Triss. Cilly de Transville está do lado de Henselt.
Your friend Sheila is conniving with Henselt.
I know this, Witcher, but it's no cause for concern. Sheila is there to ensure Henselt doesn't fall prey to the same people who killed Foltest. We don't want him as sovereign of the Pontar Valley, but we also don't need Kedwin to descend into civil war.
Tá, eu tenho o lenço da Triss.
I've got Triss's bandana.
Have you learned anything?
Triss was here. Letho forced her to teleport.
Why would he? There are easier ways to travel.
2 of Letho's comrades, probably those responsible for Demoven's death, were hiding among the Scoia'tael. When it became evident in Flotsam that the Kingslayer wanted to dispose of Yorvith, the Scoia'tael leader gave the order to eliminate them. Letho had to reach the unit before the Elven messengers did. He could only do that by teleporting.
I assumed that Triss wanted to teleport to me, but she missed the mark and they ended up in the gullies. What happened next?
Letho left her in a gully, wounded. He probably thought that she'd diversify the local trolls' diet. He himself went to see the elves and massacred the unit with his comrades. They're somewhere on the other side of the fog.
What about Triss?
She escaped from the troll. Everything suggests she's somewhere in the area.
I can assure you she is not in Vergen.
She has to be here. Locate her.
I'll try, but it will take some time. Have you learned anything else?
Cilly ordenou que matassem Letho e Triss, nada vale mencionar.
Sheila ordered Letho and Triss killed.
I can't believe that.
Believe it. I ran into some mercenaries she enlisted to kill Letho and anyone found with him.
She must have meant the other Kingslayers. Are you sure she knew Triss was with him?
Are you so sure of Sheila? There was something going on between her and Triss. I sensed a lot of tension.
A misunderstanding.
Maybe. Let's find Triss and clear everything up.
I need some time. What's going on out there?
Let's see.
What's going on?
The peasants want to take pitchforks to King Demoven's son.
Why?
The Dragonslayer's servant is spreading rumors that Stennis poisoned Saskia. The commoners are in an uproar. They want to dispense justice.
Where's the prince?
Barricaded himself in his room, guarded by nobles. For the moment, the peasants are still respectful, but they are feverish. A fight is inevitable. Help us out. The situation is dire. I'm going to inform the other nobles.
Era só uma questão de tempo, eu não gosto de pessoas como o Stennis.
Dogs growl at cats. Cats hiss at the dogs. A noble's a wolf to a peasant.
Forget those animalistic similes and take care of it. I'll try to locate Triss. And should anything happen to Prince Stennis, remember, we need his blood.
I remember.
Ok, nova fase da missão. Espera os acontecimentos se desenrolarem. Ok, então mais uma missão que tem que esperar os acontecimentos se desenrolarem, né? Cadê? Tinha essa daqui, tem que esperar também. Então agora a gente precisa encontrar o... pegar o sangue do cara. Evite que os camponeses linchem o príncipe. Onde que ele tá? Acho que é melhor a gente pegar outro caminho aqui. Tá, uma coisa que eu percebi é que os NPCs, né, os personagens no caso, sempre fazem a mesma animação, né? Tipo, coloca a mão no queixo assim, como se fosse tipo pensando e só. Todos eles, né, aparentemente, muito estranho. Ah, ok. Meu Deus, tá todo mundo aqui. Dandelion.
Geralt, it's good to see you.
The commoners claim Stennis is involved in Saskia's poisoning. They're looking to slaughter him.
Quem impedirá? Não há ninguém mantendo a ordem?
Nobody to keep things peaceful.
Scalen Burden and his dwarves are trying to contain the mob, but they're badly outnumbered.
The plebs will yell a lot, beat someone up, and go home. As peasants do.
That would be foolish. They're not serfs anymore. The days of them humbly sowing and reaping are gone.
Looks like things are getting nasty.
Hear me! What do you want? I'm Scalen Burden. I keep order in Vergen. Are doing a nice job then? Where was you when they poisoned Saskia?
Give us the prince! Get the flails!
Stop!
Yorvith!
Squirrels! Everyone who wants to leave this yard in one piece, keep your hands off your weapons. I don't care if you're a serf or a lord. I'll kill you all if need be.
What's going on?
The servant carrying wine during the feast said that Prince Sternis and Olgan poisoned Saskia. We want justice!
You want revenge. It's not the same thing.
We don't care. Saskia's fallen as if dead, while the poisoning prince and noble lords rush to herd us onto the field and sell us to Henselt. We won't let them!
You lie, Colton. Nobody's being sold out. The poisoner must be caught and tried by law.
Your law? What then? He'll pay a fine and get spanked on his ass? We'll spank him all right, with an axe to the throat!
Where's this servant?
Safe. The Scoia'tael keep an eye on him.
Why is the prince hiding in his house if he's innocent?
Enough! I'll shoot the first to reach for a weapon. Then heads will start falling.
There's more of us. You can't kill every...
Then you'll be first. Now back off! We need to act quickly.
Qual é o plano?
What's your plan?
I'll frighten them a little. Bleed them if need be. I'll buy you some time, but be swift. I can't hold them off for long. Question the peasants and the nobles, and talk to the dwarves. Maybe you can get to meet Stennis.
Even if he's guilty, I'm sure he's prepared a suitable story.
You'll know how to sort the sheep from the goats. Also, find the servant who started talking so suddenly. You won't have time to talk to everyone, though, that's for sure.
Good. Bloody
Começa com as pessoas reunidas na praça, você não tem muito tempo.
Say, Witcher, come over here.
Meu Deus, eu falei com alguém aleatório.
Like the stench in a dwarven hovel.
Those witchers be craving gold. This one's sure to say the prince is innocent, then sting Stennis for a pouch.
He better search for a lad who served the Virgin instead of pissing around.
Yeah, once done with the prince, he'd better take care of the magnets, throwing their weight about too much they are.
Você conhece esse servo? O príncipe tinha acesso à adega?
The prince stood right next to Saskia during the council. Did he have access to the wine cellar beforehand?
How should I know?
Why flap your mouth then?
The prince is a wealthy lord. Bribing a skivvy to poison the wine is nothing to him.
Just because someone can afford gold teeth doesn't mean they'll pull their healthy ones.
O que oh, meu Deus, o que significa isso?
What's it really all about? Who's backing you?
We want justice.
We don't need no one backing us. We knows what to do.
How would you punish the prince?
If a lad counts hens wrong, he'll be flogged. What should we then do with a man poisoning others?
Kill him.
A land without a ruler is a nightmare.
We have a ruler, the Virgin of Eden.
It's not certain she'll live.
Then we'll choose another who'll manage. But he must be one of us lads. That way he'll understand us.
And all people is gonna be equal, our way.
And the non-humans?
We have enough dung on the fields. Let non-humans find a non-human land.
Away with them!
Tá, você conhece esse servo?
You know Saskia's servant?
Willie of the Oblates. He handled the wine, indeed, but loves the Virgin like a sister and mother put together.
He'd gladly get quartered for her.
Where's this Willie of yours?
Hiding in his shack, afraid of them lords. Squirrels guard him.
Tá, vá com Deus.
Farewell.
Tá, esse cara aqui que tava me chamando, né?
What do you want?
We of noble birth always had to protect the plebs from their own stupidity. If not for us, the world...
I don't have time to listen to songs praising the nobility.
Sabe algo sobre o atentado da vida da Saskia?
Know anything about the attempt on Saskia's life?
No, I don't. But whatever the truth, the mob cannot lynch one of royal blood.
So truth means nothing to you. That's what makes us different.
I didn't say I don't care about truth. Just keep in mind there's a world order that mustn't be destroyed.
An order that allows injustice.
If the prince turns out to be involved in this attempted murder, he should face a tribunal. The rabble doesn't understand the principles ruling the world.
Or they do understand them and simply don't like them.
Saskia is a wise woman, but there's one thing she doesn't take into consideration. This war will be over one day. Who will sow the crops and milk the cows then?
Saskia called the serfs to arms. Do you think they'll want to plough fields again?
You may be right, but it's certainly not my business who'll plow your fields. Farewell.
I can tell you what he lost with the
Tá, tem mais opiniões, você não tem muito tempo. Peraí, a gente já viu já.
Those witches betrayed.
Farewell.
Guilt must be proven. Otherwise...
I'd gladly hear your opinion on the situation.
Finally, someone reasonable. It's obvious Henselt bribed some serf, who then did what he was told.
Continue, camponês tentaria matar Saskia, Henselt está longe.
That's interesting.
Just think it through. The prince couldn't have done it. The wine was in plain sight. Only the servants touched the decanters, and who are they? Commoners. Then that same commoner incited his folk to stand against the nobles and the prince.
Something to think about.
Give us this horsepower!
Tá, tem mais coisa ainda?
On the situation.
Finally, it's...
Tá, camponês tentaria matar Saskia.
The local peasants love Saskia.
Those surly dogs would gleefully accept a heavy pouch. Show me a serf with any sense of honor.
That's interesting.
Just think it through. The prince couldn't have done
Tá,
it.
tá repetindo agora.
Then that...
Hurry up, Witcher!
Sickle to your throat.
I'd gladly hear your opinion.
Finally...
De novo, mano.
Henselt couldn't possibly...
Tá, vamos ver outra opção então.
Doesn't he have sorcerers at his court? Or perhaps he hired a witcher to break through? There's no other explanation.
That's interesting.
Just think it through. The prince...
De novo isso.
Save your threats for your hog-smelling woman.
Tá, quem que a gente pode falar agora? Esses 13 aqui já falou.
Farewell.
Vocês, os dwarf, é.
Why not? I'm Ogden, a founder. I cast mugs, plates, chalices. You need any, Witcher?
No thanks. The tableware in the council chamber is your handiwork?
It is. Made it back in Mayor Farragut's time. Since then, each and every goblet has hit the floor dozens of times, and what happened? Nothing, because they're steel. My goblets are indestructible, impervious to both the fury of sovereigns and servants who are all thumbs.
Saskia's chalice was new.
Aye, it was. Back in Mayor Farragut's day, a venture Saskia was no more than an itch in her da's britches.
Quem encomendou a taça? Alguma coisa em comum sobre a taça?
Who ordered the goblet from you?
That goblet was a gift. A way for the folk of Vergen to pay tribute to Saskia. I got the honor of casting and presenting it to our lovely leader. The lass liked it so much, she's not used any other vessel since she received it.
Alguma coisa em comum sobre a taça?
Was the order for a normal goblet?
Not a chance. It was supposed to be a gift. I ornamented it richly, even on the inside. Not terribly practical, that, as it's hard to get clean. Some scum is bound to remain. But I wanted it looking downright regal, worthy of our Saskia.
The other chalices were not ornamented on the inside?
Course not.
Alguma chance de duas taças idênticas terem sido produzidas?
Any chance there could have been two identical goblets?
Why, there's no craftsman that comes close to me in Vergen.
Could someone have tried to copy your handiwork?
Ha! I know of one who's been trying for years, but he's a fumbler, a screw-up. He's not produced one decent vessel. They all look like the work of a drunken elf. Thorax, his name.
Tá, tórax.
See you at the inn. We'll grab a beer.
Tá, acabou.
Enough of this charade.
Try to be reasonable, folks. Sit down and talk in peace.
We've talked enough. Come on, lads, let's drag the prince from his hovel.
Vergen's not a cesspit for anyone to shit in. There are laws to abide, and Scalen Burden's job is to uphold them.
There's no law allowing a serf to threaten a king's scion. I, Silgrat, brother of Seltkirk, the greatest knight to walk Edirnian land, say so.
Does it matter who was born in a castle and who in a pigsty? Any fool can prejudge and condemn. It's easier to accuse than to prove guilt.
A peasant servant claims that Prince Stennis supposedly attempted to kill Saskia. Why would the prince do such a dastardly deed? Bear in mind how eminent is his lineage.
That's why. The mongrel covets the crown.
Do you even remember how valorous he was towards Saskia during the negotiations with Henselt?
Pretending to be with her he was, sly fox. Taking the simple peasants in. But us lads ain't so dumb as you lords think.
See for yourselves how the commoners hate the prince, spitting venom like adders. They hatched a plot to dispose of him.
Saskia's servant said that...
Where is this servant, might I ask? If he's got something to say, why does he hide like a thief? The answer is simple. He's a fraud.
He's hiding to save his skin from you, whoresons. Squirrels have to guard him.
One last question. How could the prince poison Saskia? It's a known fact that servants taste wine from the barrels before the virgin sips it.
No need to poison the wine. Smearing the poison inside the chalice would be enough.
I never heard of anyone poisoning a chalice.
You haven't heard much then. One of the Emperor's forebears died after sampling some lamb. He was always scared of poison and ate supper with his cook. The murderer spread poison on one side of a knife. Then he cut the meat so that only a small piece was poisoned.
The Witcher's right. Give us Stennis.
Saskia's got her own chalice.
It was commissioned from one of the dwarves. The order came with a very detailed drawing.
Even so, how did it come into Saskia's hand?
Boa pergunta, não estou convencido.
A good point. We can't be sure if the prince poisoned the wine.
Stennis is blowing hot and cold. Everyone knows that.
You were supposed to prove his guilt, not insult him, yokel.
Tell us who else would do it. A peasant wanted to hurt the miss? Never. It's cause of her you noble dogs can't ignore us. A pig won't cut its own throat. A peasant's not foolish enough to raise his hand against his savior.
Perhaps it is no peasant's deed. However, that doesn't mean the prince is guilty, fool.
Answer me this. Was not Stennis' room next to Saskia's? Do not the wines come from his own lice-ridden cellar? Can he not enter the Virgin's kitchen at will? Yes. His serene dumbhead the prince can, curses on his kin. Nobody in Bergen wants to kill Saskia. And even if they wanted, nobody but Stennis could do it.
Isso faz sentido, essa adivinhação não é evidência.
Those are just words. Too much guesswork and not enough evidence. You can't convict anyone based on that.
Your Highness, this is dangerous.
I am not afraid. Fear is a commoner's trait, unfit for one with royal blood running in his veins. What do you want, to judge me? Is a prince a common thief who steals a dozen eggs at the market? You stand before royal majesty, and you raise your hands against it. In this world there are crimes that can be forgiven, and crimes that, by any means, cannot. Just as a mother killing her own child, or a man slitting his own brother's throat cannot be forgiven. A crime against one anointed by the gods themselves also cannot be condoned. He who raises hand against divine right is not worthy to walk this world. And what about he who poisons the Virgin of Eden? Firstly, Saskia is alive, so no one can blame me for her death. Secondly, you have no proof that it was I who tried to murder her. And thirdly, I assure all gathered here, I won't rise above the law. However, only she, the Virgin of Eden, can judge me. Can he? And if Saskia won't get well, who's gonna judge you? I believe she can be cured. But if the gods decide otherwise, we'll summon a coven of the wise who can pass just sentence.
Those are words worthy of a true sovereign.
I am the one you should look to for guidance. Let my deeds be the flame that lights up your darkness.
Príncipe culpado, um lixamento seria uma má ideia.
The prince has a right to a fair trial, no matter if he's guilty or not. We can't deny him that. What will the peasants do if we hand them the prince? Will they hear him out? No. They'll hang him from the nearest tree or tear him limb from limb. What will happen if we allow a lynching? What if people see that might makes right? Who'll guarantee they won't desire to avenge their wrongs, real and imagined? Who'll protect people whose only fault is noble birth from the exasperated mob? And where will it lead?
Meu Deus, que situação, hein?
The peasants are furious.
They didn't dare mount a frontal attack.
But they haven't forgotten about Stennis, and won't. It'll be that way until Saskia regains consciousness.
She won't keep order by strength alone.
Unless it's a great strength.
We need an authority figure, and royal blood.
5 courts go to waste in the Dwarven dungeon at the moment.
There's also Henselt.
Going into that haunted mist is madness. Stealing Stennis away would be easier.
No. Anything involving Stennis will cause a riot.
I've had enough of the peasants and nobles barking. Saskia's the best leader I know, but she can't hope to defeat Henselt's army with this rabble, which is why I'm going to get reinforcements.
Where?
4 Scoia'tael units await in hiding to the east. Time to summon them.
You'll make it in time?
I must.
Obter um pouco de sangue de Hanset. Aonde que tá esse cara? Nossa, lá em cima, né? Junto com a Filipa. A gente precisa falar com a Filipa agora de novo. Caramba, mano. É tipo um Metroidvania aqui, quase, né? Vai e volta, vai e volta. O tempo todo. Então a gente tem que falar com a Filipa e conseguir o sangue do Hanset. Eita. Que isso? Que errado.
I tried locating Triss, but the mist disrupts the megascope. There's a weak signal nearby, probably on the other side.
In the Kedweni camp?
You'll have to pass through the mist.
Eu iria então entrar na névoa e suicídio.
There's no time to lose.
I'm continuously scanning the battlefield. I'll show you the way through. I'll find you when you enter the mist.
Farewell, then.
We still need royal blood.
I know. Henselt.
We need his blood, not his death.
How many times do I have to tell you I'm not a Kingslayer?
Atravesse para o outro lado da névoa espectral. E essa missão aí do sangue? Acho que a gente vai fazer isso agora, né? A gente vai pra esse lugar. Tá, cadê? Fale com o camponês suspeito. Fale com o Turok. Atravesse para o outro lado da névoa espectral. Onde que é isso? Nossa, lá pra baixo. Ih, caramba. Tá, vamos ver se a gente encontra esse Turok e esse camponês. Deixa eu ver, esse Turok. Turok é boa, né? Tá logo ali. Aí, esse aqui do camponês, tá? Ué. Não tá por aqui, não. Tá, então vamos falar... Meu Deus, marca a missão. Esse aqui. Vamos falar com o Turok, então. Trock, né? Sei lá. Torak. Tô lendo errado ainda. Esse cara aqui era o do cálice, né? Que fez o cálice... Tava tentando copiar o cálice. Ah, você aqui. Você fez a taça de Saskia?
Anyone order an exquisitely adorned goblet from you?
I get the occasional commission for tableware, sure. But what exactly are you talking about?
Saskia's goblet. Was that your handiwork?
That ugly bucket! Did you intend to offend me? Whoever made that thing should be whipped! I certainly hope Saskia orders her vessels from me next time.
If she gets a chance to order anything again.
Espere por eventos futuros. Ok. Só isso, tipo... Pô, então a gente tem que vir fazer esse daqui... Não, esse não. Essa missão da névoa. Tá, vamos sair então mais uma vez da cidade. Olha lá, exatamente aqui.
Shit, you stink.
Não, é um que eu tenho que usar. Meu Deus, mas eu passo e levo dano. Quase morri. Nossa, não é permitido aqui. Vamos ter que esperar um pouco aqui pra não morrer. Ah, olha só. Meu Deus, velho. Toda vez abre. Meu Deus, esse lugar aqui de novo. Atravesse para o outro lado da névoa espectral. Tá, de novo isso. Só que agora a gente tá sozinho, né, dessa vez. Nossa, ainda ganha XP. Ó, GGzão, hein? Dá um hit nos caras que pelo menos a gente ganha XP. De graça ainda. Meu Deus, eu vou morrer. Para de atacar esse cara. Tá, dessa vez o inimigo sumiu. Que isso? Tá ficando tudo azul. Tá, aparentemente a gente conseguiu atravessar então a névoa.
I can go no further. If Deathmold senses my presence,
How will I get back to Vergen?
I'll wait nearby. Hurry.
Tá, meu Deus do céu. Tá, pra essa direção que a gente tem que ir, né? Só tem um macho. Tá, tem essa areazinha só pra explorar e o resto já tá explorado aparentemente. Não, tem aqui também essa parte. Meu Deus, tem muita coisa. Bom, simbora. Errei o caminho. Campo de batalha. Esse boneco a gente tava lá na casa da Filipa, né? Se eu não me engano.
I knew it. Damn, I knew it was you. When the mist started whirling, I told the boys it's Geralt of Rivia, or my name isn't Vernon Roach. Friend of yours? Just found him. He was already dead. Interesting. Just like a Vergeni. You almost made it through the fog. What's your business here?
Não é assunto seu, estou procurando por Tree. Saskia vai morrer sem minha ajuda.
Saskia's been poisoned. The antidote can't be made without a rose of remembrance. I came here to get one. Dogs are at each other's throats even though a bear tests their bounds. No roses bloom here, Geralt. Tell the truth. I gave such a rose to Triss. Still looking for your sorceress. If she came here, I'd know about it.
Filipa diz o contrário, pare de mentir, ajude-me.
She's got to be here. Philippa Eilhart located her. It seems you met the whole menagerie. Will you abandon them too when things get hot? You made your choice. Fled with the elves while Vess almost died at that Horson Lorito's house.
Não prometi nada, eu não tenho que me explicar pra você o que aconteceu aqui.
Is Vess all right? What do you care? We could have all died while you played at being a squirrel.
Eu não te prometi nada, eu não tenho que me explicar pra você.
I'm not one of your men, Roach. I didn't betray you. I didn't say that. But you thought it. You and your men against the whole world. Those not on your side are against you. Don't you care about Voltest's death anymore? The assassin kidnapped Triss, remember? Help me find her, and I promise I'll keep the word I gave you in the dungeons of Lavalette Castle.
I don't know why I'm doing this. Right. If Triss is anywhere in the area, it can only be one place. At the rear, near the riverbank, the Nilfgaardians have set up their camp. Nobody can enter it. You can get there either via some caves or by sneaking through the main camp. I'd forget the gates. Believe it or not, the whorehouse is where you need to go to enter the caves. The ladies thought they'd use that passage to service the knights and nobles, but some monsters have their lairs there. If you've had your fill of whores and monsters, to the east there's a path that leads along the riverbank. That'll get you near the canteen. You'll have to sneak the rest of the way from there.
Thanks, Roach.
Hey! I'll hold you to your promise.
Enquanto uma maneira de acessar o acampamento Kaijuano. Kaijuaniano. Meu Deus do céu. Não consigo falar essa palavra. Tá. Como é que a gente faz isso? Vai até ali. Meu Deus, tem os bichos aqui. Vai até ali pra cima, será? Eu vou pra lá, né? Deixa esses bichos aí. Se eles me seguirem, a gente elimina eles ali pra cima.
How many more can there be?
Meu Deus. Tá, é aqui mesmo? Aparentemente é. Nossa, a gente dá a volta aqui na montanha. Tá, tem um corpo aqui. Ataca, meu Deus do céu, Geralt. Eu fico olhando o corpo. Queima o corpo. Qual a vantagem de eu fazer isso? Tá, não tem volta mais.